I guess this is going to sound kind of weird, but I suppose when I kind of fell in love with outside art in a way, people would say to me kind of, what is it? Or they didn't get it. Well, I just happened to be visiting my brother, who's a psychotherapist in Wellington, and he just took me down to a gallery. I always quite liked art, but I wasn't really an advocate or follower of art, so went into this little workshop where a lot of the artists were there, either homeless, street kids, people with mental problems, autistic, all doing their art there, and I just fell in love with the art. I suppose I'm more to the fact I fell in love with the artists than the art. I suppose ever since I started with this passion of this journey to follow outside art, I've always wanted to come to one place. And I'm here. It's Lausanne in Switzerland. It's the kind of the spiritual home of outsider art. It's where Dubuffet started the whole movement.
Dubuffet was an artist, and he felt the need to get inspired and to find new things. And so he went into these different places of exclusion, psychiatric hospitals, prisons, and there he started to find, in fact, what he was looking for, that is creations made by self-taught people outside the mainstream of art, if you want.
What's the criteria to you for what is an outsider artist?
The first thing is that they are all self-taught. Most of them are marginal people who are patients or marginal people in the streets, outside society. They come to art because suddenly this is the only solution they have to...
And it makes them feel better about themselves.
To express, exactly. You can feel the need of expression. We need to find them, you know. What inspires them is the fact to create. What they like is to create. It's not to show, it's not to talk about what they do. So if you want to find art, you need to go and search for it, which is quite difficult.
I guess having travelled to galleries and exhibitions all around the world, every time I'm talking to gallery owners or people at the exhibition, they say, where are you from? I say, I'm over from Dublin, Ireland. They say, my God, because of, I suppose, the whole spiritual culture of Ireland, that you must have some amazing outsider artists there. And no, I don't think anybody realises what is out there. So my dream, because my search, is to have an exhibition that really showcases Irish outsider art. So we can stand up and say, you know what, we're some of the best outsider, naive, root artists, whatever one you want to call it, in the world. That's my search. I've an attic full of art that I collect, and everywhere I go I collect pieces, and it's getting to the stage where I've got nowhere to put it. That was the guy in Creedmoor. He'd been in there for 20 years in psychiatric hospital. He was a guy suffering from schizophrenia, but he just had this fascination with Superman. I just think it's great. It shows Superman as a slob, you know. New York's a go-go. This is one of my favourites. Some of the paint's caked on, some of it's not, but you've got the policeman there, you've got the taxi. I love that, New York's a go-go. It's sort of, here's another little one. Like, I just think that it's kind of so naive and so simple. It's called Mad Thoughts. Oh, I've got so many. I mean, God, I can't, what do I do with them all? Here I am, the mag collector. Yep, I've got other work. They just keep coming from everywhere. I think I'm a bit obsessed with myself now. I'm starting to look a bit gone. I can sympathise with the artist from a sporting point of view, because absolutely I can sympathise about what it feels within yourself to feel outside. I grew up in, I suppose, in a macho sporting society, you know, an all-black rugby culture where, you know, real men don't cry, real men don't have emotions, you know, like, be tough. And on the physical side, I was all of that. But I started having panic attacks when I was 13 or 14, you know, crippling anxiety panic attacks. It was a fear of failure, and it was a fear of a lack of confidence, low self-esteem. You know, I masked well, like a lot of people do. I masked it well, but I was ashamed. And that's a hard word to use. You know, when you're ashamed of yourself, who do you ask for? You know, in my world, who did you ask for? Especially as a male. You know, you're playing rugby. I'd have been told to, you know, harden up or do a couple more laps or do another bench press. And that took me till I was nearly 45 years of age to actually feel that, you know, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to be normal. What is normal anyway? And the reason I love the art is because, like a movie or like a book resonates with someone. It resonates with me because I can sometimes see the journey in those artists. And I can sometimes see, you know, what the art means to them.